You're tuning into Human Architecture Assessment, a structural evaluation of how humans and the systems around us exist and their implications. I'm your host, JAPEXJESS. In today's episode, The Vanishing Ladder, junior engineers disappeared. When did entry level start requiring 5 years experience? You noticed, but do you know why? AI seems like salvation. Junior engineers struggling to keep up, leverage AI and suddenly output explodes, turning Stack Overflow copy and paste into ChatGPT conversations. Code ship faster, tickets close quicker, managers are happy. At the end of the day, the workplace measures impact, not growth, and AI just unlocked that impact. Some employers don't invest in juniors. There is a larger budget for new hires, and the existing talent can be ignored for years. No growth path, no mentorship, no development. But the wise ones understand, grow your talent, and you have a stronger, loyal team. That team then rises to higher heights. But most don't operate like this. So, when AI arrives and it can close the gap between a junior's output and expectation, naturally the junior sees it as a miracle tool, a way to keep their career going while they learn at their pace in the background. But that's the trap. What becomes the motivation to truly learn in the background? There is none. There's always more work, always another ticket, another feature. The cycle continues. And with the rise of remote work, natural learning opportunities vanished. In the old days, being a junior was a moment to learn from the seniors around you, not just how they look at a task, but also insight into their workflow. Being in office, glancing over at a senior's laptop, seeing an interesting terminal command, asking about it, learning some obscure but powerful tool because you were physically there, in proximity, watching how they worked. Those moments are gone, or at least transformed. Remote work eroded the natural growth path. You can't glance over anymore. Can't see what's on their screen, catch the casual brilliance in how they approach a problem. The osmosis stopped. So the foundation never gets built. Not just because there's no motivation, but because there's no proximity. When things break as a junior with AI, what do? You copy the stack trace to AI. AI gives some suggestion. You copy the response and paste it into your code and hope it works. Well, that did. Also, something else broke. Repeat the cycle. Now, cue in a senior into the call, and that senior, within some moments, or maybe spend a little bit of time debugging, either way, sees the precise failure point and resolves it seemingly instantly. The senior was able to see the patterns that the AI couldn't. The senior had an understanding of the foundations. The pain points in your foundation are not revealed at the start. By using AI, you get well versed at your specific company with that specific code base. The patterns emerge. You know how to prompt AI for this architecture, this system, these frameworks, and you think you're growing. Then you try to go somewhere else, interview at another company, and the gaps reveal themselves. You've learned little. Asked to explain why something works the way it does, and you're stuttering, grasping for words. In short, you don't know. The interviewer sees it immediately, and you can't discuss trade-offs, can't explain architectural decisions, can't debug without AI. It is then that you realize that company-specific knowledge has zero transferable capabilities. And your current company knows this too. They're not incentivized to promote you. Why would they? You're producing senior level output at junior level salary, and you can't leave. You'd bomb every interview. You're trapped. High output, zero growth, stuck. In a world where AI handles implementation more efficiently than humans, the senior developer system design point of view becomes more valuable. Implementation was primarily junior, mid-level work. Pattern application, debugging, following architecture, someone else designed. AI does that now. We're in a world that demands seniority for survival. So, what's a junior to do? The career ladder rungs disappeared. You either enter as a senior or you don't enter. With the exception in AI engineering, it is a new field which maintains the career ladder. You're building AI systems, training models, working on AI infrastructure. The ladder still exists. For everyone else, become senior or drown. But juniors have something seniors don't. Fresh perspective. You're new. You see connections others miss. You have awareness of domains outside traditional engineering. That's leverage, if you use it. So what's a junior to do? Build publicly and do the hard work. Use AI instead of being used by AI. Being used by AI looks like AI writing the code for you. You copying and paste AI suggestions. In the end, you'll get weaker at system design, pattern recognition, and debugging. Using AI is you design the system while leveraging AI to help you implement. Key term here, you implement. With this approach, you identify where your thinking breaks down faster with AI, and overall, you get stronger. Use AI to identify your mental gaps, especially in remote environments where you can't glance over at a senior screen. Use AI to reveal what you don't know. AI models are trained on billions of data points. Use that to your advantage. Create sample project, zip it up, and give it to the AI to evaluate. What are weaknesses about this architecture? What patterns am I missing? Where would a senior engineer see problems with this design? The AI will help identify gaps. Take those highlights and dive deeper. Research the patterns you're missing. And by understanding why your approach has limitations, these are the moments that help build your understanding that will grow your foundation. Use these moments to develop awareness. Then, leverage in-person opportunities. Go to tech talks, meetups, conferences. Build those relationships. Even if you're just dropping in and observing seniors interact in real life, that's pretty advantageous. As you're observing their discourse, pay attention. What areas of the conversation do they focus on? Where do they expand and how? How do they filter their well of knowledge to focus the conversation and maximize output? What are the perceived outputs that they're optimizing for? These are the questions that help train and shape your mind. Build publicly, from GitHub repos to blog posts, open source contributions, conference talk. Show proof of your capability that transcends company-specific titles. Systems design can be learned. Pattern recognition can be developed. The path exists, but you have to do the work. And you have to be adaptive. The landscape shifted, it will shift again. The skill isn't knowing React or mastering Swift. The skill is learning how to build. Building foundations so you can pivot when the next shift comes. The engineering mindset extends beyond code. Life is a series of problems waiting to be solved. What's the problem? What are the constraints? what options are available, and then analyzing the best route forward based on your vision, lifestyle, and temperament. A snowstorm is coming, and you need to protect your vehicle. Best case scenario, you have a physical garage. And even then, you might want a light cover for dust protection. Worst case scenario, your vehicle's in a backyard or on the street, exposed to the elements. Snow brings ice. What are we optimizing for? Car protection, time, effort? What are our options? Now, the traditional ice pick approach is tried and true. But proactive, a car cover becomes more suitable. After the snowstorm, remove the snow, remove the cover, and expose your beautiful vehicle untouched by snow and ice. Drive off on snowy, salted roads while your neighbors are scraping ice off their windows and handles. Even a cheap $50 cover solution beats nothing. But how did we get here? Problem solving. Applying structured thinking to everyday tasks to optimize and maximize your experience based on your vision, lifestyle, and temperament. That's the shift. That's what separates engineers from AI-assisted operators. There are no more junior engineers. Not because juniors can't exist, because the work that built juniors into seniors doesn't exist anymore. AI does that work now. So you either enter senior with judgment, system design, pattern recognition, AI augmentation, or you don't enter. And if you're already a senior, the moat just got wider. That's it for this episode. And remember, people make excuses for what they want. What do your excuses reveal?